question. You have said that meditation has no system. It has moved me very deeply. This statement is very profound, and I realize that system is itself a mechanical process. So the question is why we have been told since thousands of years to meditate like this and that, and many gurus and masters providing so many methods and systems. Why they were doing like this? Please throw the light on it. Listen carefully. Listening is the original meditation. If you can listen, then the boundaries you have created around you can be broken immediately. Psychological boundaries you have created in which you are living safely, but you are not safe. These boundaries are created through methods and structures and systems. And within this system, your guru's master creates meditation, which is material and mechanical. That's why they produce a certain silence in you so long you do it, because doing anything, any system, makes you busy, and for a while you forget your inner monkey, inner hectic stress, problems, fears, and when this system is ends, then you come back in your old structure. Therefore, these meditations are not only dangerous but also bring you more in the process of mechanism of old habits, and system strengthens when you do these meditations. Because when there is no system of love, how there could be a system of meditation? It is very logic and very true. You must see it. When you love somebody, when you fall in love with a man and woman, do you fall in love with a system, with a method, with a structure? Is the love method is already prepared how to fall in love? No, you can't. Similarly, how it could be possible to do a certain meditation, certain marga, path? There is no paths for any meditations. All paths are the paths of thought. Thought has created paths and its meditation, because when you create a path, you create a system to walk on it, and that system you call meditation. Zen meditation, Vipassana meditation, shouting meditation, dancing meditation, watching your breathe, and all these are material system, the product of thought only. They are not meditation. When you realize that you discard and throw these things, then real meditation starts. If you want to understand yourself, you must have self knowledge. The knowledge of the self. What is self? Self is the entity which is moving continuously in different form as I, my, mine, as possession. The self is manifesting in your life like greed, fear, protecting yourself against others through building the psychological walls, searching the comfort in some spiritual authority, searching the security in political ground, or searching the security by accumulating enormous property and money, or searching comfort and security by depending on other person, getting married, and depending on wife, and wife depending on husband or children, and so creating such structure, you get caught in the structure of suffering. These are the movements of self just mentioned. Movements of self. When you understand this, then you have self knowledge. Knowledge of self is the dissolving of self. Then self is gone. But you create the knowledge from others. But you never pursue for your self knowledge. Original meditation is listening, but you are incapable of listening. That's why your walls never gets break. If you want to break down your walls, and every person on this planet has created walls around himself out of fear and greed. So nobody can enter in your self-protected thick walls, more thicker than China wall. Psychological walls are very thicker. Nothing can enter. And you don't listen. Because living within the walls, you become insensitive. And your senses do not work properly, do not function. Therefore, you are incapable of listening. Only listening without produces without knowledge, pre-knowledge. You listen always through pre-knowledge, don't you? That's why you don't change. You listen through thought. Thought listens, not you. You are thought. So when I say you listen through thought, you are thought. But remove the thought, then listening takes place, and then you are liberated. Because when you listen right now, what is being said, because a person who has put his whole life to liberate himself, his whole energy, a big work he has done on himself, he doesn't speaks through knowledge. He speaks then directly from the source of original light of teachings, which is not knowledge. Therefore, it is very powerful and strengthful and can change you immediately, and that is meditation. You don't have to do then any meditation if you can listen. If you can listen, Buddha, and he has put his whole energy and he's found something, and he wants to convey that which cannot be said, and you just listen, then you are liberated immediately. Because he is talking from the beyond everything which structures cannot capture. When you put aside your thought, your knowledge, your prejudices, your judgments, and just listen, that listening connects you directly from the source of eternal energy, and you change immediately, transform immediately. You cannot return to your old structure again. But you are incapable of listening. That is true. Why you are incapable of listening? Because there are so many voices in your brain, so many false teachings, traditional teachings. You give so much values of old stuff. You don't leave these things. On the contrary, you protect these things. So can you put aside all this old jargon, old garbage, mental garbage? How you can put it is very easy actually. Just realizing that this is second-hand knowledge and destructive. You just move away. As you realize there is a king cobra poisonous sitting, you just move in different direction. You won't go there because it can kill you. You realize the danger of a poisonous cobra. Similarly, you should realize the danger of thought, which is more poisonous than cobra. Your whole life is based on thought. You pursue everything. You become sannyasi, which is material. Or you don't become sannyasi, it is also material. Sannyasis are sannyasis. Changing name is material. Bearing malas, photos is material and structural. It is nothing spiritual. Spiritual life never took place in your life. You are pursuing very childish things. That's why you remain childish. You can have very fancy names which can be given by your so called enlightened authorities who are at all not enlightened, but similar to you, who wants to gather thousands and millions of followers. So they change their names so they cannot escape, and give them certain system to remain in this system. And you carry these stupid nonsense things. And once you carry, then it is very difficult for you to throw them out because you get caught in it and dependent. For example, if you are wearing a mala and a photo of some person for a few years, and suddenly if it is taken away, you will feel very uneasy and you will feel lost. Because you are identifying that this mala and the photo will help you in danger. And now it is gone. You will be lost. It is like a dog, So you have become like a dog. The dog has in his neck from childhood, from puppy, you put a belt. And when this dog has many years this belt, and when you remove this belt from his neck, he will feel, he can get mad. He will feel lost, Similar happens to you. Why don't you realize these things? These are very simple. You should really be mature. Leave all this nonsense. And why should you do meditation at all? Meditation, the questioner has asked, he realizes what I have said. Because you are doing meditation because you are told to do meditation, but you didn't discover that meditation is life itself. You cannot separate it from life and death. Therefore, you shouldn't do meditation, you should live in meditation. The aura of meditation should surround in your life while walking, while sleeping, while talking, while eating, while working. This aura, this atmosphere should escort you. Then nothing will go wrong. Therefore, you can enter in original meditation because original meditation is life itself, as I just said. It is a breathing, like you breathe in and breathe out, and without breathing you are dead, you gone. Similarly, if meditation's flame doesn't happen in your life, then you are dead. As you can see, people are dead everywhere. Living dead bodies. Physical level and mentally level, already they are dead long time ago. Even physically level, you can see they don't have energy. And their bodies are so sick. So many diseases. They fight whole life with their diseases and end up with death. Therefore, meditation is life-giving. It's breathe. It's your very being. Why don't you meditate? Now begin meditation by listening. Listen. Listen now this what is being said. If you listen it, only whole talk, then you are immediately transformed, because it will touch very depth of your being, and you are free then. And then also start listening around you every sound. Don't say bad sound or good sound. Don't discriminate anything. Otherwise, you will again get caught in the social system. The moment you make any judgment, you are got caught in social system. The moment you have any prejudice, you got caught. You have no door to escape from the system then. The moment you decide, the moment you have any choice, you will get entangled, you will get imprisoned in the social system. And system is always social actually, which is made by thought. Thought is society. So why don't you break down this system and make it ashes, burn down it, that it never can touch your life. All systems. Only what you need, a technical level system, which is okay. To use the knowledge in technical field as a scientist or as a doctor or carpenter or a cook or a farmer or a surgeon or as a psychologist, then it's fine, because these are things, jobs, means for earning your livelihood. Technical level, it's fine. Then thought has its own room. So use thought, but don't be used by thought. Listening is breaking down the circle, breaking down the vicious circle of repetition, all structures. Listening is the highest level of meditation, original. You can break down this millions of year structures of suffering within second by listening. Such capacity has listening. Listen the birds singing early morning and evening, when the sun sets down with its spectacular, breathtaking colors, it leaves behind the sky. Then the crows and other birds start celebrating and say goodbye to the setting sun. And then they settle down in the trees. Listen early morning. If you can get up 4 o'clock, get ready. Take bath and wear fresh cloth. Never wear the same cloth another day. Fresh. And sit down under the ancient tree such as peepal, bargat, and use mango or neem tree, or under palm tree. Sit down without moving your eyelids, because eyelids moves when you are full of thought. Sit down, straight your vertebra, your back, so the blood can flow to your brain, because your brain has so less blood. It is so tortured and tired and fatigued through millions of thoughts rushing and sucking your brain and destroying its cells. Sit down with a straight back and without moving the eyes. Open your sense of listening and smell the fresh air at the same time. Watch at the same time. Open eyes, don't close immediately. Open eyes, see the colors. See the colors early morning, and at the same time the welcoming songs of birds and cuckoo and parrots, and the flights of group of goose and parrots who are ready to leave for jungle for their breakfast early morning. Listen this, watch this, smell the earth. So your all senses are working at the same moment, at the same time, at the same frequency of full capacity. Then no structures can form, can create around you when you are liberated in this moment, because when there is no structure, there is liberation. Namaste.